Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. So today I'm going to do a bit of a Happy Mail haul. I've been collecting these over time and they're my review books for the publishing companies HarperCollins Australia, Penguin Random House and Simon & Schuster. So I'm going to do a review here. I deleted the video before that I started on this because I went into a whole rant on Australia Post and my difficulties with them lately, and so I'm going to aim not to do that again. Just advance notice, some of these books are damaged thanks to Australia Post somewhere along the way. They've been damaged, and that you may not be able to tell fully. The hardback copy of one of the books that I've got has quite a bit of damage. The paperback book that came with that wasn't as damaged, and yeah, some of them, they just seem to be coming a bit damaged, and then there's issues with Australia Post not accepting responsibility and basically blaming the companies and stuff like that when it's not the company's fault. It's something to do with Australia Post and about how even untracked items should be able to be tracked when they can't be, and it's like, yeah, and then all of a sudden, surprisingly, I'm starting to have mail turn up that had gone missing that the company apparently never had. And so it's like, yeah, interesting. But yeah, anyway, enough of that. I've ranted enough, and I'm going to have to ring Australia Post after this with another complaint because I'm back on crutches and with a sore ankle and stuff, and my postie on the bike is basically being lazy again and leaving books everywhere that doesn't make it easy for me to get access to when I'm on crutches and that. And there has been an ad recently with Australia Post saying, Australia Post leaves my mail where I want them to, and I've tried asking them to leave the mail at my doorstep because it's easier for me with my ankle. And yet this postie on the bike is just being completely lazy and doesn't bother to do it. He even so much as left us a card saying we need to trim our branches just so that he could leave it on the bin. And now we've removed the bin. He's basically just gone up the driveway and left it on the edge of a veranda area where anyone could walk up and pinch it if I didn't see it. And yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm not really happy with the postie on the bike. And the opposite is my parcel guy who comes in the delivery van is amazing. He'll walk up to the doorstep, he'll say hi, we'll have a bit of a chat, and then he'll leave again after delivering the mail. And so it's like, yeah, it's just, yeah. Shall we say I'm not very happy with Australia Post currently, particularly with all the mail that keeps going missing and keeping on having to contact publishing companies because Australia Post is not delivering the mail and losing the mail, and I have to keep contacting them saying the mail hasn't turned up, the mail hasn't turned up. And if I ring Australia Post about that fact, they basically ban the publishing company, say I should have a tracking number even for untracked mail, and I've left one person feeling gobsmacked and smacking his lips like a fish because I told him that no, your parcel tracking for supposedly untracked mail doesn't work. And so yeah, it's kind of like, just, I'm over it all. I just want things to show up. I don't want to have to keep contacting publishing companies to tell them that their mail hasn't shown up because Australia Post has somehow lost it, and then having to ring Australia Post about the mail that keeps going missing, and Australia Post blaming the publishing companies or blaming someone else and saying they don't have it, and then after I keep complaining, all of a sudden the mail starts showing up. So it's like, yeah, I'm sick of it all. But yeah, anyway, let's get to the review. Let's get to the book haul, shall we? So, excuse my rant there. I've just been feeling really frustrated about that, particularly after today when I'm hurting and my ankle's an issue and I'm on crutches, and he leaves the books in the most awkward spot for me to get to and just leaves them all around the place, and as a result anyone can pinch them, they can go missing, they may not be showing up originally, but what he's doing, he's just leaving them randomly everywhere, and it's like, how lazy is that? And so it's like, yeah, I keep trying to chase up Australia Post about this, and they just aren't accepting any responsibility and just keep blaming everyone else instead. So yeah, but it's all we have to go by in Australia. But yes, anyway, to the review. So thank you for letting me vent anyway. But yeah, so the first books that I'm going to do is actually from Penguin Random House, and the reason why I had that rant before is because some of these books in here are actually ones that I requested but that didn't show up, so I thought I hadn't got them, and then they turn up over nearly a month or 2 months later. So I've had another package that's not in this haul because it's just my own random books that I bought, and they've shown up 2 months later, and they should be a 3-day post. So yeah, anyway, so the first book is Sandy Docker's The Cottage at Rosalia Cove, and you would have seen me do a review on that one. I really love this book, and it's adorable and based in Australia. So I'll just show you the front and the back, and as you'll see here, there's Sandy Docker's The Kookaburra Creek Cafe. If I ever get the chance to read that, I would love to, but we should just wait and see. And my last one from Penguin Random House is Christopher Paolini's, I probably just butchered that, The Fork, the Witch and the Worm, Tales from Allegasia. And so this is the author of Eragon, and as you'll see on the back, it's the book series for Eragon are Eragon, Eldest, Brasinga and Inheritance. And this is basically a book of about dragons and dragon riders and fantasy and magic and all of those sorts of things. So on the back it says, a wanderer and a cursed child, spells and magic, and dragons of course. Welcome back to the world of Allegasia. It's been a year since Eragon departed, Allegasia in search of the perfect home to train a new generation of dragon riders. Now he is struggling with an endless sea of tasks, constructing a vast dragon hold, wrangling with suppliers, guarding dragon eggs, and dealing with belligerent Uragirls and haughty elves. Then a vision from the Eldenari, unexpected visitors and exciting Uragirl legend offer a much-needed distraction and a new perspective. This volume features 3 original stories set in Allegasia, interspersed with scenes from Eragon's own unfolding adventure, including his exclusive new art from Christopher Paolini and an excerpt from the memoir of the unforgettable witch and fortune teller Angela the Herbalist, penned by Angela Paolini, the inspiration for the character herself. So this is a collection of stories based in the world of Allegasia, and I really wanted this one, and this is partly where my rant about Australia Post comes from. I thought I didn't get this. This was released December the 31st, and it would have been sent before then, and it hasn't shown up till today, so I thought I didn't get it. But it's turned up today, and it's like, wow, kind of thing. So I was quite excited, and even more exciting is the fact that it came personally signed by Christopher Paolini himself, and it's like, oh my gosh, and it's like, I really thought that I didn't get this, and so as a fact I wouldn't have reviewed it or done a review because I really thought I didn't get it, but it was basically due to Australia Post losing things again. So yeah, that's where my rant comes from, but I'm so excited to have that book because I really wanted to read it, and yeah, it's showing up, and it's like, it's so exciting. So yeah, I'm really happy to have that. Next, I'm going to do some books from Simon & Schuster. Not Simon & Schuster, I mean HarperCollins Australia. And these first few I might have shown already, I'm not sure. But yeah, so I'm basically going to show these. So first we got Alexandra Bracken's The Darkest Minds. This is the paperback, trade paperback version, I think it is. And I'm about nearly two-thirds of the way through this book, and I'm loving it. And so we also have book 2, which is Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. I do have the hardcover versions of these, but I really love the paperback copies of these covers. They're actually really, really pretty. And we've also got In the Afterlight, which is the 3rd book of the Darkest Minds series. And then we've got the Darkest Minds collection of stories. So this is just like a collection of short stories, I think, and it's called Through the Dark. I haven't read this one. I've previously read The Darkest Minds before, but I'm just rereading it again to, shall we say, get to that, to get to this one and get to the other books, which I got partway through Never Fade, and then I basically didn't end up getting to finish it before I received some review books. So since I've got those now for review, I'm going to be reading through those and reviewing the book as I read through them. Then we also have the Lady Helen series by Alison Goodman. So the first 2 books I actually purchased because I didn't have the first 2, and HarperCollins didn't have those available for review, and it looks like the first 2 that match the 3rd book are actually out of print at the minute, I'm assuming. And so we've got The Dark Days Pact, and it's actually a really pretty cover, interesting cover. It's not the same as the HarperCollins one, but I still really like it. We've also got The Dark Days Club, and this, I'm not sure which is the first and which is the second of the books in this series. Out of those 2, I think The Dark Days Pact is the first book, but I'm not totally sure. It could be The Dark Days Club, I don't know. But I'm still really happy to have them. And then the 3rd and final book, which is the one I received from HarperCollins Australia for review, is Lady Helen and the Dark Days Deceit. So this is the 3rd book and the conclusion to the Lady Helen's trilogy or series. And I'm really looking forward to reading these, so they sound really cool. And I'm not going to read the backs of these, but yeah, I really love the way the covers look and the pictures and images and everything. And we should shift these books because it's preventing the light from, shall we say, getting to them. And then lastly, I've got some books from Simon & Schuster. So 2 of these will actually be ones that I have previously bought myself, and I will show those in a minute. And I'm just going to organise these a bit. So the first one, which is another one that went missing thanks to my post and that I didn't know I'd received, was Slayer by Kirsten White, and this is based after the world of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I've watched the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series and I really enjoyed it. I haven't read the books, but from what I've read, this book sounds really cool, really awesome with the series. So it says, into every generation a Slayer is born. Nina and her twin sister Artemis are far from normal. It's hard to be when you grow up at the Watchers Academy, a boarding school where teens are trained as guides for Slayers, girls gifted with supernatural strength to fight evil forces. Nina has never embraced the violent Watcher lifestyle. Her instincts are to save lives, not take them, until the day Nina's life changes forever. Thanks to Buffy, the famous Slayer that the twins' father died protecting, Nina is not only the newest chosen one, she's the last Slayer ever. With the help of her Watcher in training Leo, Nina must wield all her strength and skill to fight the vampires, demons and forces of darkness. But it's not until bodies start turning up that Nina's new powers are truly tested, because someone she loves might be next. one thing is clear, being chosen is easy, making choices is hard. So I'm really excited to have that one, and I'm so happy, and I'm really lucky that it turned up, because I thought that I wasn't going to receive it, and all of a sudden, bingo, here it is. So I'm really happy to have it. I think I requested it, but I'm not totally sure, so I can't remember for sure, because it was, if I did request it, it was so long ago. So yeah, and then the last of these, and the first two in this book series, I've actually bought myself, and the third I requested. So we've got the Lady Midnight series by Cassandra Clare, The Dark Artifices. So book 1 and book 2 are actually, and I'll just hold that up, are actually the ones that I've purchased myself over time. And I requested Queen of Air and Darkness from Simon & Schuster, and so I am really excited to get to reading the Dark Artifices series of books. I haven't read them yet. I own pretty much all the other Shadowhunter novels, but as of yet I haven't actually had the chance to read all those books, because I've got 200 plus books that I haven't finished reading, but I'm working towards it. And so yeah, let's say I've got a lot of reading to catch up on. But I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait to get to it. I'm hoping to get to it soon, really soon. I was thinking of maybe after The Darkest Minds going on to that, but then I kind of lose track of the story, so I'm probably better continuing with The Darkest Minds than going on to some of those. I will just see how I go once I get to that. And lastly, I forgot these. These are actually from HarperCollins Australia, and this one is another reason why my mail, this one actually took 3 goes to get to me, and I was so lucky to finally receive it on our 3rd and final go. And so I'm really happy to have it, and I can't wait to read it. So this is Raw by Cecilia Ahern, and it's 30 Women, 30 Stories. So I'm not totally sure much about it, but I kind of want to go into it without knowing much. But I'm guessing it's just inspirational stories by women, about 30 women. And I was really surprised and really happy because it came in hardcover, and this one didn't come damaged. So I was really happy about that. And yeah, I'm just really happy to have this one. And then last one is Mary Poppins by P.L. Travers and illustrated by Lauren Child, and this was another one that actually came damaged thanks to Australia Post. You may notice as we go through this, there's some dints in corners and bends and stuff, and the envelope actually was tearing apart when I received it, so I was lucky none of the books fell out. And yeah, and so here's our back cover. And I'm actually going to get to see Mary Poppins Returns tomorrow, so I'm very excited. And we've got this beautiful, is it roundabout pony or ponies on here? There's more dints here and here. There's actually some spots where the cover has actually started tearing on the outside a bit thanks to the damage it took. But yeah, what can I do about it? It was disappointing, but the book is absolutely gorgeous and I really love it. So yeah, we've got this gorgeous inside wallpaper spots, which I love. And another cool thing about this is it's got pictures and stuff in there as well. So it would be, and there's our wallpaper, there's our front cover paper. That's cool. So it would be very cool to use this for reading to your kids or any of that. It's a really gorgeous book, and I really love the look of it. And I love also how they've brought some of the pictures to the actual cover of the book and to the inner pages, and yeah, it's just, I love it and I'm really happy about it. So I'm really looking forward to getting to read these books. I'm going to now go and continue on with some more flip throughs I'm thinking, so that I can get those packed off the table onto my shelves, since I got bookshelves for Christmas. So I'm very happy. I've just got to get to the point where I can, shall we say, start getting books on those shelves, but I can't wait. And yeah, so I really hope you've enjoyed this haul video. I'm really excited to have these books. Thank you so much to Penguin Random House Australia, HarperCollins Australia and Simon & Schuster Australia. I am really happy and excited to have these books, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to review these. I can't wait. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye!